All right. So I can't take credit for this. Um One of my students did it, and she's brilliant, but it makes work so much easier. So today is, does my credit score matter? And it absolutely does if you want to buy stuff. If you don't want to buy stuff, big stuff like houses, cars, refrigerators, sofas, um, if you're rich, and can give cash, then you don't need to use a credit card to buy stuff. But when you're not rich, your credit score matters very, very much. So on the top, I'm going to enlarge this and go to the top. It tells you the various credit scores and how the range goes. So I think you all heard, up until this week, I had a good credit score. And now, as of this week, I no longer have a good credit score. Uh, I got a bill for a hospital visit that I had paid, and now I'm going to have to prove it and go back. And it's going to be a big pain. But they took 25 points off my score. Just that one, it was a $300 and something medical bill. And I know it's my fault because, was it last summer or the summer before? One of the two. It was from Stanford Hospital, and they called me in the car and they said, Mrs. Cole, we forgot to bill you for some stuff, but and you got another bill here, and it comes to $1,700. And I'm like, it was, I knew, I knew I was going to have to pay that. It was fair, but it was not on time. It was not on time. So I'm like, let me pay it now. Let's just get rid of the whole thing. Because she was saying, let's make payments, blah, blah, blah. As I say, I was driving in the car making this transaction, and I said, will you send me a receipt? I'm not sure I ever got that receipt. So this is going to be a mess to prove to the people that reported me to the credit company that I didn't pay this bill, but I really did pay this bill.
So then if it gets proved, you get the 25 points back?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I will get the 25 points back and everything will be fine. But don't forget, there's 3 separate credit companies. So I have to fight with all 3. And I have done this sometimes where 2 people say okay and one says no.
Oh, and then it just kind of messes it all up.
Right. It's just a pain.
Does it have to be unanimous, like they all?
No. Each one can have their own opinion. And it also depends who you deal with when you're asking for credit, who they use. Experian is the number one. TransUnion comes second. And what's the last one? Equifax.
Oh, yeah.
Equifax used to be number one, but was it last year? They lost a bunch of people's personal data. Yeah, I got in big trouble, and yeah.
How much
And
did they get sued for?
a lot. And ever since they messed up so bad, I mean, they used to be very mean to people like me, and now they're very much nicer. So anyway, this is the spread. My daughter is always very good. I mean, that's another thing. If you pay your stuff on time, you'll keep a high credit score. That's another thing I was never able to do.
When do you start getting credits? Like,
It's pretty much as soon as you open a bank account. Insurance companies use it when you buy car insurance.
okay.
They will say if you paid your car insurance.
Oh, so that helps your credit too?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, Gabby's in there. Yeah, so that helps your my little story is I got my first credit card was a Sears credit card, and I got it because I needed a refrigerator, and I saved my money to buy $1,000 refrigerator. I had that refrigerator for 30 years. It was the best refrigerator. And I could have kept it longer, but I got rid of it. But um anyway, so I said to Sears, I'm going to spend $1,000 on this refrigerator. Will you give me credit? And they did. So that's how I established my first credit card. So it's always easier to get like a Macy's, a department store credit card. I know there's some clothing internet-based clothing stores and stuff that give credit pretty easy too. So it's mine. Hold on. Hello? Junk. So that's I always say don't burden yourself with too many credit cards because they do look at that too.
Yeah.
How many credit cards you have and what the balance is. But I have an earache. Um, what was I going to say? So I only had one or two ever in my life.
Wow.
Yeah. So I at one point when I was traveling, I had American Express. But the bad thing about American Express is you have to pay the whole thing off at the end of the month. I had a Visa where you could, have a balance, and so now I have an LL Bean card because it gives me points. So when I go to LL Bean every summer, like right now, I have $485 of points. So I have that much money to spend when I get up there. I have fun. But I have that credit card and I have my bank card. That's it. But I used to have like a Macy's with the Sears and the Visa. As I say, I didn't like the American Express because they make you pay everything. So anyway, the secret now I want to show you. All right, so you go down, you look at the first question. Explain how a person's credit score can affect different aspects of his or her life. So we go back up here and we read through. Here it is. Credit checks have become part of jobs, apartments, houses, credit card loans, and even car insurance, which it's not fair with car insurance, in my opinion. Just because I might have a lousy score, I have never not paid my car insurance. Anyway, this is my new trick. You have the highlighted colors, so you just move it over here, open it up, open it up. All right, so there's answer 1. So you take this, take this and put the yellow in 1. So I know that's where your answer is. So you don't have to type anything. So then let's see. 2, what impact does credit have on your financial life? All
Is
right.
that kind of like the same as 1 though? Because it's like, it makes it harder for like buying a house or getting a loan. and stuff.
Yes.
That's like the same thing as 1.
Here, right here. Aren't able to pay back loans. Well, higher fees, also higher fees.
Yeah, and you pay more interest rate.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
I'm sorry, she's not in the bathroom. That's crazy. What's she doing? I'm going to the bathroom.
okay.
I don't know what she's doing.
I don't either. She's
I'll-
talking in
I'll
the
be
back.
right back. Give me a second.
So I do know this for a fact. When you get a credit card, like mine from LL Bean, and I think my interest rate's 2% or something, very low, as long as you pay on time.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm pretty good. If I can, I will pay the whole thing off. And, but for instance, with the last storm, a while ago, the October storm,
I think the little girl actually in the bathroom, but I don't want to go to the bathroom anymore. So,
you go tell security, go to the nurse's bathroom.
what's the urgent? It's a heat, but like, damn.
Oh, the nurse's bathroom is amazing.
Huh?
Nurse's bathroom is amazing. They got the good soup.
Miss Tracy.
It smells nice.
Like, what was in there?
So anyway, the bad storm in October knocked a portion of my fence down and I have to replace it. So it's a major purchase. So I use my credit card. So now I'm having to make payments, each month. Although, like, I made a payment last week, I'm going to make a payment next week because I want to get it back down. Because the LL Bean card is my emergency card.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have. So anyway, so what we want to do is pick the next color, and here we'll just put that as the next one. So we highlight that, and then we put the green in number 2. So okay, so the next question says, how can it hurt your financial success? That there was one point where bosses were calling and checking your credit.
They can do that.
And they are allowed to do that. And I was like, oh God, if they do it to me, I'm in big trouble. But, but yeah, the lower your score, the less you can get, the less you can do. So,
What time is class?
10 more minutes.
That's it?
No, more. 11:10. But you can go.
Oh no, I was just gonna take a nap.
But so 3 responsible actions to improve your credit score. Pay your bills on time. Don't be late. But if you are going to be late, this is another secret I learned. Call and let them know. Every time I've called and let them know, they've worked with me. If I don't call, I get in trouble. Try to pay on time with credit. What else? I think communication, which in life is the most important thing. All right, so that's it. Does that help everybody? Why am I looking at Gabby? She wasn't even here.
Actually,
But
I was basically, no, from the bathroom, I was hearing everything you were saying.
so as I said, don't get a lot of credit cards. Have reasons. My daughter did. I'm surprised she didn't get a bad score because she sort of went crazy getting credit cards for a while. But now she's learned her lesson that it's not a good thing to have too many.
Like on her?
Mm.
She had them on her?
No, well, no, she has them in her wallet, but she had a Best Buy, she had an IKEA, she had Macy's, she had Lord and Taylor's, she had a Discovery, she has a MasterCard, she has a Merck Bank card. I'm not kidding. These are the ones I've seen. Oh, she got an American Express card. That's too many cards. And if you're going to spend all that money, and I know because I helped her 2 years ago, she had $35,000 in credit debt. Too much.
That's bad.
All right, so we will still